Richard is a Marvel fanboy to the extreme. Don't even deny it. Don't even deny it.
I like them both. I like Marvel and DC.
No, you're the guy who came back. We'll talk about your reactions to DC stuff a little bit later.
Okay.
But Richard's a Marvel fanboy, which I love, and I also just caught up recently on all of the Marvel movies. The only one I haven't seen yet is their Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton, but you tell me to skip it. So.
Well, with Incredible Hulk, it was a good movie, but I don't think it's very crucial to the storyline.
And plus, you got Mark Ruffalo and all that kind of stuff. But what I want to ask you. Civil War comes out, and I'm super excited about it. What really got me into watching all the Marvel movies was Civil War and the trailer and being so jacked out of my mind to watch Iron Man and Cap duke it out. So I want you to tell me, do you think, a couple questions, and we can go around the table with this. Do you think Captain America is going to die? Because that's the big thing everybody's wondering. Because, in the comics, if they stick true with the comics, is he going to die? Who's going to win between Iron Man versus Captain America? Is it going to turn into one of those things like we've seen with other superhero movies where, it's you against me, but that's 10 minutes and now we're fighting a common foe. You know what I'm saying? And the last question is, we haven't seen any mutants. We haven't seen the X-Men factor in Civil War with the mutants, everything like that. What's that going to be? So just kind of unload a little bit, and then we'll go around the table of what you think. First of all, I really want to start with a question. Do you think Captain America is going to die in this movie?
My opinion, there's a lot of people that says that he is not going to die. They're going to save it for another film, but I think he is going to die, just because of just the original storyline in the comics. He gets sniped after shaking the hands with President Bush, and he gets sniped, and the Winter Soldier ends up becoming the new Captain America after everything is resolved.
Who is it that kills him in the comic?
To be honest, I forgot. It's been years since I read it. If I'm not mistaken,
I think it is. It's Black Widow.
It's
Black Widow.
Was it Black Widow?
Right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. She used a sniper. She used a sniper to off a building and just took his. I think
so you think Captain will die?
Yes, I think he will die.
You think Captain? Now we know the actor who is Bucky Barnes has signed on for like 9 more movies.
Yeah, right. I think he's going to be the new Captain America.
Here's the thing. Chris Evans came out recently saying how he wants to be done with the character.
Right. Chris Evans wants to be done with acting. Period. For a little while. He wants to be behind the camera more, so he wants to be off it totally. But so
he wants to go make another Fantastic Four movie. He wants to be the Human Torch.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he wants.
Time, man.
Right,
it's about time.
Yeah, I think the Fantastic Four needs to be put in the grave and never dug back up. Matt, what do you think? You think Cap's gonna bite the dust here, or you think he's gonna live to fight another day?
I really don't know. I mean, based on what I've heard, I think it's entirely possible that they do take that route. It is a good way to reinvigorate the franchise, to kind of give that, that new blood, the new face to a character, which is something we haven't really seen in a single continuity. Like there was a really, really cool theory before Batman vs Superman came out that the Batman in that timeline was actually the Deathstroke Batman.
Oh man!
After Batman died, which I thought was a phenomenal idea.
It does cause a theory, but I just want to talk to you about real fast why I think he's gonna die. I just want to emphasize this a little bit more.
Give it to me.
It's because that we've seen Avengers most of the time, all the other movies. There hasn't been a major character who died. So, I mean, Quicksilver, even though he wasn't named Quicksilver for copyright reasons in the Avengers 2.
Yeah, spoiler alert, by the way. If you haven't seen Avengers 2.
Sorry, you should have seen it already.
It's pretty old. There's a statute of limitations on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but he's the only one who died, and you're like, oh, no way, he died, but you don't really care about him that much as you would a Tony Stark or a Captain America or just one of those bigger characters. So I think it's going to draw a big just dramatic story twist, whatever, with him dying. So that's why I feel like they need to do that.
Right. And it'll truly be one of the first superhero movies that has happened with. When you think about movies like Batman or, we've really never seen an ensemble superhero movie before. And people don't, big heroes anyway, don't normally, a Quicksilver will die. In X-Men, people will die, except Cyclops. That's a big one. Yeah. But, they usually don't kill off superheroes like that. And I agree with you. I will go on the train that I think they will do it. I think they will kill him because of that. I think he will come back for that last film. He's only got 2 films left in his contract, Civil War and one more. I think he will come back in Avengers Infinity War. They will bring him back somehow from the dead to do
they'll
something.
Comic book resurrect him. For,
for
one
the
last hurrah.
Thanos.
I'll tell you, they need to start killing off a bunch of these superheroes because these movies, they can't have 12 main characters.
The rosters
they
are
all get
adding
like
up.
4 minutes of screen time and no character
and
development.
correct me if I'm wrong, and I know that there are both Marvel and Disney fans in this group. How much of Marvel does Disney own?
All of it.
Every last bit of it?
Pretty sure Disney owns all of it now.
Disney owns everything, man.
Disney owns everything.
They
Star
own
Wars,
ESPN,
Marvel.
Star Wars, Marvel.
They own all of it, man. The
Florida,
mouse,
they
the mouse
actually
is
own
boss.
all of it.
They own the entire state of Florida.
This podcast
Your
goes to
house,
you from
man.
Florida. We are slaves of Mickey Mouse down here.
Because the issue comes up, like you said, of it's this ridiculous like Russian doll, Russian nesting doll situation. Like, how big can these movies get? How many characters can you fit in here? But how much money are you going to spend?
But I'm okay with stuff like that. Me personally, I'm okay with it only because
you don't think it cheapens?
I don't think so because they get their own movies. Like, I'm invested in Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man because of Iron Man, not because of the Avengers. But here's the deal. But I'm not invested, in Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. I love that character. But right now, you see on Avengers 2, he flies off.
He's a side character.
I don't care where he's going. But if he had his own movie, I'd care where he was going. You know what I'm saying? Thor, whether you think about those movies or not, you can kind of identify with Thor because you're like, oh, I saw him in his movies. I know his backstory. I've got a little bit.
Plus, he's beautiful.
He is a beautiful man.
Gorgeous man.
So really quick,
casting.
Rugged.
So really quick, we won't spend much more time on this. Who wins? Who do you think wins? Iron Man or Captain America's team? Who do you think's going to win? I will pick any. I'll put my answer right out here and I'll be done. Any side that doesn't have Ant-Man because I hated that movie. So I think.
Well, I think you got to go with Iron Man's side simply because you got Spider-Man now.
Yeah, man.
I am pretty sure that they're going to come together
Hey, guys.
via the power of friendship, and they're all going to be on the same side by the end.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it'll
Is
be
that
a great
right, Ash
match.
Ketchum?
Yes.
that
Is that what's
going to I hope that Iron Man
cliche.
wins, but I feel like Captain America's
Yeah,
going to win.
I think what's gonna happen is in the comics, Spider-Man was started on Iron Man's side, and this might be a spoiler alert to the storyline. I don't know if this is for sure it's gonna happen.
You never
in the
know what
film,
they're going to do.
Right.
But he ended up being like, oh crap, Iron Man's side is wrong. Let me go ahead and hop over to Captain America's side. And so I think they might take that route. And if they do, there might be some heroes that are like, wait a second, maybe we should be on that side too. And so in the comic books, even though Captain America died, his side won. And so, I mean, I don't know exactly how to do. I think they might do what you said, Mike. They're all going to come together at the end.
Yeah.
And,
The cop out.
Speaking
Yeah.
of Spider-Man, his reveal in the trailer. Side note. What did everybody think about his voice?
Dude, I loved him, man. I don't know
thought
why
it was
Ryan
great.
hated
I
him
don't
with his
know why
high-pitched
people
voice.
hated
I
his
liked him
voice.
being a kid.
I
He's
thought it was
supposed
great.
to be a teenager.
Our buddy Ryan Miller, who's Homework Larry on Xbox Live, he'll be joining us for one of these podcasts. He couldn't stand it. It drove him nuts that literally.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah, hey everyone. I thought it was great, and people also get mad
I
about
like
the
it a lot.
eyes. People are getting mad about the eyes.
God, it
about
looks
the-
so good to me. It looks so cool to me.
The eyes,
too.
I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, it brings like just some emotion to his
I don't know why it
character,
works, but it does.
his facial
Yeah,
expression.
no, I actually thought it was a really interesting idea because that's very much an old school kind of cartoon Spider-Man type of thing to do. So it was really interesting that they kind of went with that direction. Yeah, I'm definitely a Team Captain America guy. I love Captain America. He's my one of my favorite superheroes. But no, I definitely think it fits with the character of Captain America and Steve Rogers as a person to kind of make that sacrifice, kind of live that martyrdom style death, and use that to kind of I'm sure they'll kind of use that to bring everybody to some sort of whether it's one side winning or them joining or whatever. I think that that
So
really
power of
fits.
friendship.
Everybody
Yeah.
becoming a
Yeah.
little bit better because of the experience.
Earth, water,
Like
fire.
the Reading Rainbow /
Right.
Pixar
Did you just
film.
make a Captain Planet reference
yeah.
when we were
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
dude.
Captain?
Come on, man. Now
Planet,
that's the captain.
he's the
That's the
hero.
captain movie I want,
Oh,
dude.
my
Captain
That's who
Planet.
really wins.
Except for Mati, who had heart. It's like, come on, man, get that heart ring out of here, dude.
Boo.
You know who
Worst
really wins
one.
the Civil War is those of us who pick up trash off the side of the road.
We are the
That's
winners.
who really wins. That's the real winners in this whole thing.
That was good,
Dude, how would you like to be the guy that got the heart ring? Like they're handing out rings, and it's like, oh, you get
yeah.
to be heart. Like, nah, I'm just,
Dude,
I'm
here's
just
the deal.
gonna go home.
Let's go back and even think about it. I don't want to rabbit trail on this too much. We're going to skip that without mutants thing because I just want to talk about Captain Planet real quick and go, hey, here's the deal. You're passing out rings. You got the Earth, whatever, and in the thing you see Wheeler like use this thing with the fire. She used the wind, the water. It gets
Girl
to
with
Mati.
Wata.
Gets to Mati with the heart. He's in a burning forest full of monkeys and like holds it up to his head. And you're
so
like
true.
you're like, what did your ring just do? Like what? We love you, burning monkeys. Like what?
Well,
He
that's
did
his real power.
It's the power of empathy.
All of those monkeys died in that forest, except that one on his shoulder.
Those
You know what I'm
poor
saying?
monkeys.
But he appreciated them after
Right.
using the heart ring. man.
I do have very
Love
quick.
them too much to let them live.
We do have very quickly just a little bit of time. I got about 2 minutes I can go over. Do the Without Mutants for Civil War. I don't mean to hop back, but I do want to answer that question. So Without Mutants, I'm not a big comic book fan of Marvel. I'm more of a DC guy. Without Mutants, what is it like? Richard, give us a little brief synopsis of what it looks like with the mutants. What's the deal? How do they add to it?
Well, with the mutants, they do add a little bit more. How do you say it? Relations between all the superheroes, because Black Panther's wife is Storm from the X-Men, and so she played a role in the Civil War storyline. She's not going to be in that.
Not that you know of.
Not that we know. That's very true. I don't know if Sony. Does Sony owns X-Men? The rights
No,
to X-Men?
I think
Or-
Marvel. I think Sony only owned Spider-Man, right?
I thought he
Yeah,
had
it's either
X-Men.
Fox
They
or
had X-Men
Sony.
too.
It's not
Or
Marvel.
maybe it's Fox.
It's one of
Yeah.
it's
I
it's not
forgot.
Marvel
Maybe.
or it's not
Yeah,
Disney.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, that's weird.
But to be honest, I don't think it's going to affect it a whole lot without some of those minor not minor characters, but in the storyline there wasn't a whole lot of mutants in there. But there was just there was just a couple of the top mutants that were inside that storyline that are
Right.
not going to be there. But I don't think it's going to hold it down too much. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah,
gonna
the
make-
thing about the mutants for me was actually not the specific characters, but was the entire idea of mutants in general.
Right.
Added a really big moral quandary to the side taking, in my opinion. When for a long time, what I thought was kind of the main thrust of it was the mutant registry that Tony Stark was in favor
Right.
of.
Right.
So that idea was really kind of that insidious idea to me of these people in particular being too dangerous to be free, and to be just the kind of people, which obviously Captain America being Captain America
Right.
is people should be free as long as they're good, honest people, and
Right.
you can't hold these people back and put restrictions on them because they
especially because like when you're a mutant in the storyline, you're born with those powers. So it's like they wanted to be like, hey, we don't know their person's motives yet, so we were going to sign them up or certify them or do whatever, have them on file, and so that's
It's
why.
like Lady Gaga. They were born this way.
They were born this way.
you're also
Well,
going from 1,000 superheroes in the comics to like 10.
Right.
Right.
So the weight's a little lower.
And,
So-
and we're going to find out in May. So we're going to
Yeah, I
find
can't
out
wait
in
to see
just,
that.
just a month. I really am pumped. I think we should all go see the movie together.
Yeah, and
maybe
then-
maybe
and
maybe
then
come back, do a little spoiler-free
reaction
review.
show.
Yeah, it'd be
No.
fun.
We should
I don't like
we should
movies.
do spoiler
Yeah,
free.
Mike
and
doesn't
spoiler-
go to the theater.
I don't watch
by
movies,
the way.
man.
You don't watch movies. Mike to this day still hasn't seen Star Wars: Force Awakens. By the
I
way,
haven't
just
seen
wanna
anything.
put-
I haven't seen Mad Max. I haven't seen.
No, dude. But that
Last
that-
movie I
that-
saw
Gone
was
with the
Frozen.
Wind.
That's
Princess
yeah.
Bride.
He's like,
Princess
last movie I
Bride.
saw was a Charlie Chaplin silent film. I am the Highlander. I have been living this long.
There can only be one.
There can only be one.